Hi guys, my name is Esther from Allison Tutors, and today I'm going to be presenting on perfect competition. Okay, so basically in economics, right, we are looking for ways in which our scarce resources can be used to efficiently produce goods and services, right? So you realize that in a marketing economy, businesses actually produce goods and services. However, the way that businesses behave differs in relation to which market structure are they in. So basically, we're going to be talking about market structures. Now, there are various market structures: your perfect competition, your monopoly, your oligopoly. However, for today, we're just going to be focusing on perfect competition. I'm going to go through the characteristics of competition of perfect competition, as well as the entrance of new competitors in the market structure. Okay, so to start with, there are many buyers and sellers. I'm going to be using a particular example of perfect competition. I'm going to be using saloons, right? So there are many people who actually need their hair to be made, and at the same time there are many people who can actually offer the service, right? This is what we mean by, for a perfect competitive market to exist, there must be many buyers and sellers for a specific product. Now, because there are many buyers and sellers, we don't have a single seller that can actually influence the product's price. However, the product's price is influenced by the forces of demand and supply, right? Okay, so we also have homogeneous product. The products are similar or identical, so as to ensure that no seller can distinguish his product from his competitors, which would allow him to charge a higher price. So you realize that, let's say, the services that are offered by people, by hairdressers, they are more or less similar, right? Just that maybe someone has a better customer service, or maybe they've got better marketing skills, but then the product is just the same. So the product being the same, it basically eliminates the chance of someone wanting to charge an exorbitant price, right? So let's say, for instance, you need your braids to be made. Then someone says, okay, I can make your braids for 300 Rand. They're also good. And then you go to somewhere else and then someone says, I can make your braids for 600 Rand. They're offering the same service. Where are you going to go? Obviously, the one who's offering 300 Rand, right? Because they are cheaper and they are also just as good. Now, we also have perfect competition. All buyers and sellers must have complete and correct information about the market conditions. So, a buyer, both the buyer and the seller, they need to know information about the product quality, about the pricing, about the terms and condition. So, there's perfect information within this type of market structure. No collusion. Each buyer and seller must act independently, thereby avoiding collusion, right? For this one, I'll use an example of the retail industry. The retail industry is a very good example of perfect competition, right? Now, if you look at your spa, if you look at Pick and Pay, these are entities that operate independently. Why do they do that? They do that so as to avoid collusion. Now, there's also freedom of entry and exit. Buyers and sellers must be free to enter or leave the a market. So basically, there are no barriers to entry or exit. Now, if you just wake up and feel like, I also want to do people's hair, at least you should just have the skill of it. You don't necessarily need to approach any government organization to say, I want to start up a salon. So basically, there are no barriers to entry. So this actually brings us to the next point that talks about unregulation of the market. So there is basically no government interference within this market structure. Okay, so we also talk about mobility of factors of production. The factors of production must be free to move from area and industry to others. I think this is quite self-explanatory. Okay, then we go on to the next point. The next point, I think it's quite significant, right? Now, you should know that the individual firms in perfect competition, they are price takers. Therefore, they must sell their products at the market price, right? Now, you should also be able to know what graph depicts this. So this graph over here, which has a horizontal demand curve, it actually depicts the fact that an individual business is a price taker, right? As you can see over here, the demand is actually equal to the marginal revenue, which is also equal to the average revenue, right? Now, um, you should know what happens, let's say, for instance, when new entrants start entering into the market. So, um, okay, let me just scroll up a bit. Please just give me a moment. So basically, new suppliers are able to enter the market due to non-existence of barriers of entry, right? They're also attracted to enter the market or lured to enter into the market due to existence of profits, and therefore the supply will increase and the price will decrease until a new equilibrium price and quantity is reached. This is quite a significant point. I'm going to show you this point, how it's going to be represented in graphical form. Okay, so for you to understand this point better, I'm going to use an example. Let us assume that the first people who started selling your Brazilian and your Peruvian hair, obviously they made a lot of profit because women love looking good, right? So when other people noticed that, oh, these people are actually making money, they also decided to venture into the market. Remember, it's a non-regulated market, right? Then what happened? There was an increase in the supply of the commodity, which is why you can see that the supply curve shifted from S to S1. Now, when the supply curve shifted from S to S1, the quantity being supplied, it also increased, right? Which is why you can see that there's an increase from 40 to 60. Please ignore the cheese because I'm using a completely different commodity. Now, when the quantity that was being supplied increased, then what happened? The price also dropped, right? So basically, when we are trying to explain the entrance of new competitors into a perfect competition, this is the graph that we're going to use. Okay, I'm going to stop here for now, and then I'll continue with the next sections in the other video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.